11 minutes plus an additional lap for the first of two Junior Rotax finals. Your grid, a full capacity, 36 thereof, is as follows. Olli Pilka, following the intermediate classification after yesterday's qualifying heats, is on pole position. Last year's runner-up in the Euro Trophy. Eliska Babikova will be alongside him on the front row. Daniel Ginchard and Aaron Walker will be on row 2. Tomas Stolzemanis and Marcus Lucio, row 3. Petra Babikova and Tom Braken, row 4, with Morris Schmeiss and Sam Gornall rounding out the top 10. The sole Georgian out of the 29 different nationalities, Alexander Abkazava, is on the inside of row number 6. Alongside will be from the Netherlands, Lucas Schoenmakers. Alvid Rosen and Farin Mega round out the top 7 rows ahead of Tim Gerhards and Daniel Armstrong from Dan Holland Racing. Kai Gielet starts 17th. Alongside will be the... it's just such a very interesting dynamic here. Aguilera from Spain, Milan Ritter and Theo Eriksson round out the top 20 ahead of Alibi from South Africa, as there's one pulling off to the side. Make that 2. Carts well spotted, Sarah. Yellow flags at turn 2 there. So we could be down to 34 already. So both drivers out of their carts. One stuck in the gravel on the outside of turn 4. So it'll be Alibi. You'll have Reynolds, Voisin, Nick Gerhards, Outleitner, Halika, Klus, Pernia, Vilkans, Van Lammeren, Lee, Zimisvara, Yalava, Mikos, Douglas and Hunt. The last 8 were those that qualified via the second chance heat earlier on this morning. So still plenty of action throughout the day still to come here at karting Campillos. A big thank you to the team here. Right, one of those, that's Farin Mega. Farin Mega is out before we've even gone and started. That's an empty position on row number 7. That would have been on the outside. So the drivers make their way through to the final corner. As we just wait for them to get going. They go through the rev range. The lights do go out for final one for Junior Rotax, and they are scrambling all over each other on the right-hand side of the track, heading into turn 1 for the very first time. And it's 2, 3 abreast. It's going to get very dicey. There are some nearly tripping all over each other, and someone who's lost a handful of places going up the hill through turns 2, 3 and 4. Pilka leads. Babikova looks to be in second, or maybe even Aaron Walker. Could be a strawberry 2, 3 at the minute. As Babikova is in second, Walker in third. Lucio looks to have got up into 5th place. Daniel Ginchard down in 5th. As they come down, no, Ginchard still in 4th place ahead of Marcus Lucio. And then we've got the 2:18 of SP Motorsports, Tom Braken, as it's nearly 3 abreast. Nice work there by Daniel Armstrong up the inside on turn 12. Morris Schmeiss is a bit down in the order at the minute. The 2:10 from JJ Racing representing Germany. And the other one was Sam Gornall. Sam Gornall was the other one that looked to have pulled off the circuit. He's all the way down. He's the one that actually dropped all the way down the order. So Sam Gornall, who was in 10th position, ended up going straight down to the back part of the field. But is he still running is the biggest question that I've got right now as the field makes its way up. As there's going to be a move for second here. That could be the Aaron Walker. And oh, that was close between him and Eliska Babikova. As now behind them, it's going to be a question that Marcus Lucio and Tom Braken will be behind them and chase them down. As they go down the hill, more changes for position. There's a big train of carts at the back part of the field from around about 26th onwards. As they come hurtling down the field. And the top 5 could very closely be the top 7 with Tom Braken and Tomas Stolzemanis, respectively, both from Belgium and Latvia. Tom Braken running on the Kart Republic chassis with SP Motorsport. As there's some great battling up and down the order, especially with the 207 of Austin Lee, battling with Valentin Klus and Andrew Douglas. So Sam Gornall and Farin Mega out of the running at the moment. Down to 34 competitors we are as we now go across the start-finish line once again. 8 minutes and 44 plus an additional lap left to go. And at the minute, the lead is now still in the hands of Ollie Pilker, but he's having a tough time because there are now carts swarming all over, and he's lost the lead. He's regained it, and up the inside, Pilker gets swamped from all corners, from front, back, and besides. Daniel Ginchard up into second. One of the Strawberry Racing drivers could be Aaron Walker, I think, that's taken the lead. So great work from Daniel Ginchard. Ollie Pilker might have bogged down as Tom Bracken looks to have a bit of difficulty coming down into turn 11. He's outside of the top 6 now. He's behind now the 229 of Miro Halika from Finland, but he sends it up the inside of the fin through turn 12. The bumps compromise him, and he nearly comes into being clattered into by Theo Eriksson from Norway. But the battle at the front of the field is really heating up. The top 3 trying to mount a breakaway. Marcus Lucio, and it looks like Eliska Babikova could be in 5th, or is she in the lead of this race? It's Aaron Walker from Strawberry Racing, Daniel Ginchard from KR Sport, Ollie Pilker rounds out the top 3, and then just behind it's Marcus Lucio that's showing in 3rd. Ollie Pilker's down in 4th. Behind him is Eliska Babikova. This has absolutely changed things dramatically. The top 5, if they keep battling the way they are, they were split by 8.5 tenths of a second last time around. And then they've got Schoenmaker's Daniel Armstrong has done a great job. He started P16. He's P7. So that's a gain of 9 positions already. And with him is Alexander Abkazava from Georgia. This is brilliant racing here from the juniors. A bit unfortunate that we've lost both Farin Merger and Sam Gordon. I'm sure they will factor in to the second final later on, but their chances of a victory here at Campillos are well and truly thrown asunder. And Babikova on the back bumper of Pilker. Remember yesterday when she stole the lead from him on the last lap? She's stolen 4th position from him through turn 16. So still, Aaron Walker trying to break away from Daniel Ginchard, who is not letting him out of his clean line of sight. Marcus Lucio, it's a British 1-2-3 in junior final 1 here at Campillos. Babikova, well, it's showing that Pilker's now in 3rd, so Pilker's had a bit more of a good run. Now he's chasing down Ginchard. And for those that don't already know, Daniel Ginchard is also of Polish descent as well. So in some respects, well, he is running under a British licence, so we're going to call him a British competitor here. But good to see that his mum Violetta's keeping well with the new addition to the family quite recently. So Daniel trying to do his very best. He's got a real good feeling at KR Sport as a youngster, based just outside of London. Aaron Walker from Strawberry Racing still leads. Dan Ginchard 2nd, Ollie Pilker in 3rd. Some good battling, and I can just see Nick Gerhard's going through turn. He's done. Oh, that's a great move up the inside of the 220 from Nick Gerhard's, and the 220 is Milan Ritter. They're battling over around what is 14th position. Top 15 at the moment. Aaron Walker leads. Now it is Ollie Pilker in 2nd. He's overtaken Dan Ginchard, who's now in 3rd. Now it's Babikova, Lucio, Sean Markers, Abkazava, Dan Armstrong now in 8th, Morris Schmeiss in 9th, Petra Babikova in 10th, Tom Bracken down in 11th position, having run as high as 6th so far. Theo Eriksson, Arvid Rosen, Milan Ritter, and Marco Aguilera now in the top 15. Nick Gerhards is ahead of Tim Gerhards, which is a surprising development, I think, probably for either of them. They would hope to be a bit further up the order, but this is their first competition as junior Rotax drivers. But Ginchard swarming all over the back bumper of Ollie Pilker heading into turn 12. Takes a wider line to cut into the apex a bit tighter, and he's wrestling the cart. And he's not only that, he's wrestling with Ollie Pilker. Pilker was the runner-up in last year's Rotax Max Euro Trophy junior division behind Mike van Vugt, who successfully defended his title. But I think we're looking at what could be the 2 drivers that will be part of those that will fight for the Euro Trophy Championship this year, starting in 48 days on April 10th. That's the Easter Bank holiday weekend. 4 minutes and 23 to go. Miro Halika is our 3rd unfortunate retirement from this race. Kai Gilas, despite a rib injury, the young Belgian in the 274, also from JJ Racing, now is up into P18, and he's about 6.5 tenths behind the Gerhard brothers, with Tim now ahead of Nick in 16th. And now Eliska Babikova is closing on the back bumper of Daniel Ginchard. She's clearly got the head down. Marcus Lucio a little bit further adrift in 5th place. Lucas Schoenmakers is being followed by Alexander Abkazava from Georgia. Daniel Armstrong rounds out the top 8. All covered by just under 3 seconds on the last lap, which was lap number 6. We're on to lap 7 now as Babikova goes up the inside of Ginchard for third place through turn 16. Neatly covers the apex for 17 as they come around the final corner. Now Ginchard has the run of momentum, has the toe, which Babikova is trying to break. Warning flag for 274, that's Kai Gielertz. As Ginchard was trying to make a move on Babikova through turn 1, didn't have enough chance or opportunity to do so. But now the top 7 are nigh on line astern, and we've got 3 minutes to go plus an additional lap on this race. And at the minute, Alexander Abkazava is closing quickly on Lucas Schoenmakers. And that is for 6th position. Daniel Armstrong looking a little bit lonely in 8th, but what a great debut for him so far for Dan Holland Racing, having been a privateer last season. Looks behind to see how far Morris Schmeiss is behind. Then we've got Petra Babikova in the 266 in 10th. Then it's Tom Brache, Theo Eriksson, Arvid Rosen. And then a little bit further behind, we've got the 235 of Callum Voisin. Kai Gielertz just up ahead of him in 18th position. As now Babikova goes side by side with Aaron Walker for second. 5-second penalty for the 233, causing a collision. And 236 has received one, but Eliska Babikova, I think, might have just nearly got there, but there is a change for second position. And that is Babikova again up into second. But now Aaron Walker responds. Dan Ginchard trying to go up the inside, heading into turn number 8. Can't go through quite yet. So it's Pilka now leading, and he's pulling away. He's starting to pull away. He's got 1 3/4 minutes plus an additional lap to just keep going and just keep the blinkers on. But then the scrap behind is being led by Aaron Walker. It's got Liska Babikova, Dan Ginchard. And then we've also got the 241 of Marcus Lutzio, the 202 of Lucas Schoenmakers, and Alexander Abkazava rounding out the top 7. As Schoenmakers goes up the inside of Abkazava, forces him wide. And that's... sorry, my apologies there. There was Marcus Lutzio, so Lutzio forced wide by Schoenmakers, and Abkazava gets through. Well, Abkazava was a little... as Daniel Armstrong has got... So the running order now is Pilka from Aaron Walker, Eliska Babikova, Daniel Ginchard. Top 4 now breaking away slightly. Abkazava now up into 5th. Schoenmakers into 6th. Lutzio 7th. Daniel Armstrong now is going to be quite close to them, I fear. And they were separated by just over 3.3 seconds on that particular lap. So still plenty of action left to go in this race. We still have about 25 seconds. So this time we are pretty much going to be on the penultimate lap, I think. So we could get the final lap board very, very shortly indeed. So 2 drivers have been given 5-second penalties for causing a collision. As we now go, that's 207 that's got a warning flag. They cross the start-finish line with about 5 seconds. So we go on to the penultimate lap. The timer has now expired as they go through turns 3 and 4. Up into 5. Pilka still leading. Babikova now in second. Aaron Walker in third. Dan Ginchard in 4th position. And they've dropped Georgia's Alexander Abkazava, who's now in 5th. Lucas Schoenmakers in 6th. Marcus Lutzio in 8th. Daniel Armstrong in 7th. And Daniel Armstrong in 8th. Morris Schmeiss in 9th. Petra Babikova running at the top 10, running at the top 15, who will score points. Tom Brache, Arvid Rosen, Theo Eriksson, Tim Gerhards and Milan Ritter rounding out the top 15. Please be advised that all results as called by myself are provisional pending any sporting and technical checks. So we could now have a very interesting dynamic as the battle for third is quite clearly on. Ginchard definitely looking very racy right now. They're going to go on to the final lap with Pilka having a great lead. Ginchard battling away with Babikova as they cross the stripe for the penultimate time. Last lap it is. Ginchard swarming all of the back bumper of the Strawberry Racing driver Babikova in the 296. Trying to go for third. So final lap board being given. Aaron Walker now is ahead. I'm just keeping an eye on what's happening because there is so much happening at the front of the order. Babikova in third behind Aaron Walker. Alexander Abkazava has got a really, really good purchase here. He's trying to close on Dan Ginchard, who's now in fourth place. Leaders now as Ginchard sends it up the inside from way back up the inside of Babikova, who starts bump drafting him outside of turn 12. And then Alexander Abkazava goes on the back bumper of the Czech driver as they head down towards turn 15 and 16 for the final time. Babikova won't have an opportunity now to do her customary up the inside on turn 16, but could she get the run on the Brit coming out of the final corner? It's going to be close. Olli Pilka takes the checkered flag. Aaron Walker second. Dan Ginchard takes third. Eliska Babikova takes fourth place ahead of Alexander Abkazava, with Lukas Schoenmakers, Marcus Lutzio, Daniel Armstrong, Morris Schmeis, Petra Babikova rounding out the top 10. A dynamite first final for the Junior Max drivers here at Karting Campillos in Spain. So that's one final out of the way for Junior Rotax. And their next one will be at 2:10 this afternoon, local time here. So at the minute, we have Tom Brache confirmed in 11th ahead of Arvid Rosen, Theo Eriksson, Tim Gerhards and Milan Ritter, who round out the top 15 positions. Callum Voisin from the United Kingdom takes 16th ahead of Akil Alibai from South Africa. Kai Hillertz in 18th position ahead of Nick Gerhards and Marco Aguilera, who round out the top 20. Harry Reynolds and David Outleiner round out the top 22 ahead of Valentin Klus, Colin Van Lammeren, Edgars Vilkans, Alexi Yalava, Tomas Stolzamanis, Daniel Hunt, Guillermo Pernia, Alvar Simisvara. Austin Lee finished in 31st position, and rounding out the order we had Alexander Mikos. Andrew Douglas looks to have pulled to a stop on lap number 11, unfortunately. And we had three other retirements. Miro Halika from Finland and Sam Gornall and Farin Mega did not even make it to the revised start formation that we had around about 11 and a half minutes or so ago.